Hello again, Broncos country.
Really excited to chop up some Broncos with y'all this week.
Bourbon, Broncos, and no BS.
Orange
It is that time, your favorite time of the week. We're not for the Raiders, Chargers, or Chiefs. So grab your brews and your fantasy league. We got that blue and orange blood that you bleed. Rock, Lindsay, Sutton, and Judy. We are the Mile Broncos country.
Orange Weekly. Fans, brews, and Broncos news. Broncos country, welcome to the pre-game huddle. Tampa Bay versus the Denver Broncos. I'm not drunk. I can't. I'm not drunk yet.
Man.
We're just gonna remove the other guys right now since they're making fun of me. Hey guys, we're gonna break down the Broncos game coming up. First off, there is news that obviously the Broncos are gonna have fans in the stands. However, not just in addition to real fans, we are also going to have South Park fans from Colorado, obviously, and that is probably the best thing I have ever seen. So I don't know what you guys really think, cool. But yeah. I think that's the best thing ever.
They have their like pandemic special coming out this week, right on the 30th. So like what great marketing. You know what I mean? Like throw up the faces there. Like that's freaking awesome.
Right. Really it's so Colorado. It's perfect. Like you can't get anything funnier. Yeah. We need a little bit of funniness coming in. So I love it. Good move.
No, this is going to be great. Cool, guys. Start posting your comments and questions. We'll break down everything you guys want to talk about for the next 30 minutes or so as we get ready for the Broncos game coming up. So, Matt, I'm going to start with you really quickly. We see the Broncos inactives. Obviously, Drew Lock and Blake Bortles, Philip Lindsay, Nathan Muti, Albert Okwuegbunam. But here's the interesting one to me. Nick Vannett is inactive, so we're looking like we're going to roll with Noah Fant and Jake Butt today. And I figured we'd have one of those other two out there, maybe. But
yeah, that's too bad because I think those two are the better blockers out of the group, right? So I think you get the two best athletes out of the group, in terms of catching the ball, but then we lose like the best blockers. And against this front seven, might be a bit, it's disappointing, I'd say, but. What are you going to do? I think Fant and Jake Butt are great weapons. So, I mean, like we can still move the ball and score some points with those two.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we got our backup quarterback there, Ayla, not Drew Lock. And
I know.
What do you think?
I am a good backup quarterback, Kev. Thanks. No, I thought he held his own last week, having to jump in there. His yardage was over 250, a couple touchdowns. He looked pretty confident getting thrown in there in the middle of nowhere. So with a week of practice, it could be even better. We just need the O-line to hold up because it looks like Bucks will be blitzing just like the Steelers were. So hoping for not too many sacks because we don't need this guy going down too. So yeah, I like his confidence and shoot, I'm the optimist around here. Like I think he can do it. I always want to do it.
Is that why?
We got it. Well, we got to keep this going against Brady. Like we've shown that we can beat that guy no matter what. Let's beat him on his new team, like straight out of the chute. Let's get our first win against him. Wouldn't that feel good?
Right. Well, and Tom Brady just doesn't play well in Denver in the cold. And at least here in Castle Rock, it's currently 45 degrees outside and overcast. So it's a bit chilly.
Yeah, my best friend said it was freezing today in the spring. So
yep. So that's going to make things interesting. Now you mentioned the Bucks blitzing all day, and so I want to know what you guys kind of think. I think that was good for the Steelers to do because we weren't prepared, to have the injuries that we did and Drew Lock to go out. But now with that week of practice, I don't know if I'm going to expect them to be blitzing, as much because now we have a week of practice where they're much more familiar, at least to some degree, of what's going on. You blitz all day. I think you're going to find somebody open, especially with Jerry Jeudy out there and KJ Hamler, that could be, I don't know, find a way to stop them from blitzing and.
Yeah. It's a good point. I think, though, that they're going to start with the blitz. Like, it's working for them. That's what Bowles, forget his first name anyways, like the defensive coordinator, he's the type of coach who will blitz early and often, and he will until it doesn't work anymore. So I think we could expect the Bucks to come with a lot of heat right away. And then as the game goes on, if it's working for them, they're going to keep doing it, sort of like what the Steelers did, right? But if we can stop it, that'd be awesome because then it exposes some of their weaknesses, which are their DBs. So here's hoping that the O-line holds up. And Driscoll can move the ball around.
If they come out of the chute and come hard, they're going to get a swift kick with that altitude because that stuff kicks in and people, they gas out pretty quickly. So, go ahead and bring it right away because it's not going to last that long as far as their breathing goes. And especially if it's cold, that's a different element on top of something that's already hard for a lot of teams. You're going from, Florida to elevation, and it's different.
Yeah, it's gonna be wacky.
It's dry. It's going to be hard to breathe. It's going to be different. That's a whole nother aspect of something that they don't know about. So go ahead and come out of the chute firing because it won't last.
Which I think is an advantage. If we can just stay tight into the fourth quarter, I think that altitude advantage really helps, right? So hopefully Driscoll can carry the team through all that because Brady in that offense, they're still gonna try to pass it deep, even though Brady can't really do that anymore. And they might get their tight ends involved this week. They really might because they haven't for the last couple of weeks. So who knows? But I think if we can hold off till the fourth quarter, like you're saying, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe Brady's old bones will just start to
fall apart.
just crumble. It's too cold. My osteoporosis is kicking in.
He just can't move anymore. Oh man, then young man Driscoll's just running around.
Young man Driscoll.
Just running circles.
Yeah. What I got from listening to Ragers. See the plug.
I like it.
Jeff Driscoll's is not very consistent in his career. When he played for the Lions too, he hasn't won many games, and especially not consistently. He has one good week and then one not so good week. So I think not to be a bummer, but maybe hold the expectations on Driscoll until he actually shows that he can do it. But I think that he's on a better team than he was when he was with the Lions, right? So hopefully, that helps. If Jeudy can stop having the jitters and catch every ball that comes his way, I think it's a good game where he can do that, and I think that's what Driscoll needs. Like you said, Kev, Judy's going to be the X factor, I think, today.
Yeah, and we've got to rely on those guys. Gordon is going to have is the number one guy again. Royce Freeman will be out there. Maybe 25% of the time or so, just to give Gordon some a break. Expect Philip Lindsay back next week. So that's just going to be, we're hurting, but I don't think that this automatically, knocks us out of this match against Tampa Bay because, looking at their defensive grades from at least last week, I'd say not a fantastic defense. Now their pass rush, they are ranked decently. But the biggest thing is, how is our offense going to, take advantage of that?
Well, and
Absolutely.
I think they had a good preview last week. That was tough. The Steelers really brought it, and so it gave them a whole new element of these are still to me almost a preseason-ish game. So they got some hard-hitting practice last week, and it should wake them up on what they need to do. So hopefully that helped get their asses kicked a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Rob's comment there, I mean, it's a very passive and nice, polite way to say that Fangio needs to not make a big mistake this week, so I appreciate the comment, but I think he's got a good point. I think right now the track record is showing that he's struggling with, like, the timeout calls late in the games. This is a game where he can't do that. I think, Bruce Arians is a very experienced coach. I mean, between both sidelines, you probably have like 130 years worth of like football experience. So, Fangio just can't make the mistake. And if they coach a really good game, then we'll be competitive for sure.
The time management just really can't be a factor again, because you can't expect the team to have no time to work with. And I know Mile High Magic is a thing, but you also have to have time on the clock to make something happen. So hopefully we can utilize that a little bit better. That means not using them when you don't need to either, it's the other way around too.
Yeah.
Like, just figure out the best time to use your timeout. I mean,
so
hopefully he's learning along the way.
Gosh,
Come on, Coach. I believe in you too. I've been talking Fangio up, but now it's like, God, I don't want to eat my words with that one.
I don't know. I think it's just like it's a shady year. If we had no injuries, if we had an off season, I mean, it's a lot of ifs and whatever. But I think, like, is he the best coach in the league? No, by no means. But he's doing the best that he can. I think he's learning. And hopefully this week's a week where he can come through with a win, because it's needed.
We need that. We need that old dog to learn some new tricks right about now.
Absolutely. Okay, Kev, I gotta move.
Yeah. I mean,
other spot.
Matt, you're the best.
You're the best, man.
You're the best. No,
hey, Team Puffball.
Team Puffball. Well, I'm not yet. It's November 8th. All right. November 8th is the big matchup of the year. This is one that really matters. Anything before that game is just build up.
Doesn't matter.
For that game, that's my Super Bowl. So I will see y'all later.
Enjoy
the game.
Yeah, you too. Take care, man. And good luck to Falcons there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Ayla, here's one for you. There you go.
Yeah.
It's a nice headband.
Headband. Well, I've got hats, headbands, visors. I'm like team wear anything on my head.
That's fair.
Because I've just got so much hair, I got to figure that out. But these headbands, it covers up my forehead or my 5 head and turns it into a 4 head. So I kind of like that.
Nah. I think anybody out here. I mean, I know I have a 5 head too. It's not just you. Okay, so thinking about the backfield here. So talking about Tom Brady and everyone who's watching, appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget, we have a ton of shows throughout the week between podcasts. We got a Tuesday night show. We got this. Check us out at halftime for the halftime hash. Ray will be there with you. If you're into sports betting at all, check out our newest podcast, Ragers. You can find that posted on the Orange Weekly page. You can also search for it on Facebook.
And it's every Saturday he's coming out with that good information, you guys. His track record, he's doing it. Ray's the man, you guys. Check it out.
Yeah, you'll see him today at halftime. It's great. Let's see. So everyone who's watching, hit that share button for us. Once again, we're glad you're here. We're chatting with all of you for a little bit longer. So, when Brady's in town, what do you expect from him? And I mean, look, how much are they going to pick on Omegia? I can never.
Well,
but that was the big thing last week.
And I think he's gonna crutch on the run game again. We need to contain Leonard Fournette and make sure that doesn't go anywhere. We want to shut that down right away and make him start throwing it. Even though our passing coverage wasn't the greatest last week, it's something that at least Justin Simmons was looking a little bit better. So, but make him throw it. Make him use his arm. Don't let him crutch on the run game. Stop them there, and don't let them get those easy third down. Just don't let them get that. Don't let him have an easy score, and make Tom Brady work, because even though we don't have Von Miller, which he's really scared of, it's still in his head that the Broncos are always up on him. So make Tom Brady work, and then still do our job as far as when we get on offense. We have to score points this game, period.
Right. And my biggest concern is, AJ Boye isn't Still isn't back. No real timetable from what I've heard on his return. And
Yeah, I
so
haven't
picking
heard
on
anything
Omuji, I mean, that killed us last week. And it's not like he sucked. I mean, he wasn't like 3 or 4 steps behind who he was supposed to cover. You know, he's a rookie, and the other guy just had literally another 6 inches in front of him that he can make that play, right? So it'll be interesting to see how he adjusts. But I think it's one of those things that's going to take time for him to learn as he gets more experience. But that's probably, if I were to pick a weak point on the defense that they're going to exploit, it's
weak
that.
chink in the chain. Yeah.
Yep.
And he's going to, I hope he learned a lot from last week, because there is something to when you do badly and then you go back and however he watched himself on film, maybe he noticed a few things. Maybe he'll feel different this week, have that experience of that game under his belt, and maybe he'll need to step up and feel that he needs to prove himself this week. So I think it could happen, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. And there's definitely, they saw it too. So
yeah, that's true.
They're gonna go back and watch that game and say, "Hey, look what we could do with this."
Yeah, so. Exactly. And without all that being said, he knows. Omuji knows that he's the guy that they're going to pick on today. So going in last week is the first full game after AJ Boye went out. It was his first real. I mean, as a starter, he wasn't ready for that. Not many people are when they're starters. Look at even Jerry Jeudy, who's fantastic, even his first game, he had a couple drops where he just he was wide open, and all he did was turn his head away from the ball half a second too early. And so I think that's
he's so fast, like he could get there, but he will have to adjust to the cold today too. Everybody, it's different catching a football when your hands are cold. So
playing in Alabama, you didn't get much of that experience.
I wouldn't imagine that he did. Like, oh, it's freezing today in Alabama. Like, no, you don't know what freezing is till you come to the Rocky Mountains, right?
Yeah. No, I was down there in the South for 8.5 years, and
so
people, it's like 55 degrees outside. People are bundled up, like it's freezing. I'm walking around in my t-shirt and shorts, and I'm like, me too. I'm warm.
Oh no, I'm like with the hot bodies now, because it's 55 to me. I'm just like, I'm cold thinking about it.
Yeah, no, it's great. So I'll see team puffball here, but it's cold enough to actually wear it. So that's a big thing there. Now, Matt mentioned it a little bit ago, and everyone who's watching, you're fantastic. Hey, start dropping those score predictions. I think it's about that time. Ayla, remind me of the rules. I think what we said is if the Broncos win and you make a score prediction, you are entered into a prize drawing. Yeah, unless you pick the score correctly, in which case you automatically win. So
automatically win a prize.
Start posting those score predictions. We'll give ours at the end of the game here.
Yeah, I need to get this. Oh boy.
Are you going to enter your own?
No. Oh heck no. I mean, I'm always wrong with those things anyways. I will tell anybody, I'm very honest about that. I'm terrible at predicting scores.
Here's the thing.
It's not one of my many talents.
nobody is going to have negative points. That 100% chance of that. Okay, so
Kevin coming with the big tips, you guys. Nobody's gonna have good points.
If you could take a bet, I'll tell Ray that. See what bet we can take on somebody not having negative points, and see what we can win. Larita already. Jeffrey, how you doing? Larita thinks 21-17. As we start writing these down. Now, one thing, you guys, what I'm watching for is Gronkowski. He's pretty much been there to be a blocker. He hasn't been utilized at all like he used to be in New England. So it's going to be interesting to see if they adjust that at all, see if they can throw us off our game by, moving him down the field or in some slants or something like that, get him open near the line of scrimmage or a few yards down the field and see what he can make happen. But it'll be interesting to see what they do there. I don't, with our interior defense line, I don't see him having too much success running the ball. But that's the thing. You put the ball in Brady's hands and let him throw. that's where we're going to really be tested in that backfield there. And I think Justin Simmons is going to have a huge game to keep us in this.
I know. And after week 1, he really did step it up, because I was pretty disappointed because I have a lot of faith in that guy. He's super talented, super athletic. Week 2 looked so much better. So can we just build on his momentum and have like a gigantic week 3? I would love to see some defensive points this game, because that to me always gives like this extra edge to the game. Let's get a pick 6. Let's get fired up that way. And Tom Brady's face, anytime you pick it and score points, it's devastating. I love seeing that face. It would be amazing.
Loretta, okay, so I'm glad I said it right, because I looked at it, I'm like, I think this is right, but I'm glad I got it right. So thanks for watching, Loretta. Jared, of course, says Denver wins 21-20. Kevin and Team Puffball lose 0-1 to Team Visor. I don't know if Team Puffball ever loses Team Visor, just for the fact that we're not Team Visor. I think we always have that slight edge right there. Hey, keep posting your comments, questions, and big thing, keep posting those score predictions to get entered into the prize drawing if the Broncos win. So
and always send us a message, you guys. Take a screenshot of it, shoot us a message, because we love it. And come over to our Instagram. Come give us a follow on Orange Weekly's Instagram. We're going to be doing more prize giveaways there as well. Really fun content. So just give us a follow there as well.
Yeah, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. We'll give you guys a little time to go check out the Rager Show. Search for that on any of those major platforms. You can find the page on Facebook as well. Make some last minute bets before the game starts. Ray, I can't remember what he was last week. I know week 1 he was 4-1-1. He does pretty well. Altogether so far, I think he's 6-1-1, and I think he was saying he put down 5 bets this week. So let's watch that play out. Yeah, go check that out, guys. Every Saturday. He'll be here for halftime too, you guys. He's a heap of fun. Oh, so much so. His energy level is fantastic. Pablo Dominicano, if I said that right, he thinks 21-24 for the Broncos. Now, if you pick against the Broncos and the Broncos lose, that doesn't count. That was mine too, Kev. Is it? Yeah. I'm with him on board. Yeah, no, 100%. I think it's going to be that kind of game. But, I think Gordon's good. Not to give away mine too early, but like when you see it pop up, it's just like, no, that makes sense. I think it will. I'm hoping so. Man, I'm ready for a W, and it would be so sweet this week. 100%. So if we want to give some keys to the game here for us. Keys to the game. I think number 1, and I'll start, and you can go next. My number 1 is Gordon has to have a hell of a game. He's going to be the one that keeps us in it. Really works the clock control, moves the ball efficiently, takes some pressure off the offense. At least the quarterback Driscoll and the passing game to some degree, and of course open it up for when we do want to pass. So I think when it comes to the offense, Gordon is kind of the guy that we are really, really needing to step up and just play a solid 4 quarters. Yeah, and I will segue with that and use our Royce Freeman as well, because everybody expects Gordon to take the load of it, but then we can secret weapon with Freeman and just get him in there to have some of his spectacular plays, which does happen every once in a while. Yeah, no, we've talked about it before, but having Royce Freeman as the number 3 running back on the team, I think we probably have the best number 3 running back out of any other team. So the fact that Phillip Lindsay is out sucks. Hopefully by Thursday night, it sounds like he'll be back. Right. He was practicing. So that's good. At least he's, working again. And yeah, of course, defense absolutely has to go after Tom Brady, his little face. just hate that guy. But yeah, get him. Let's put him on the ground. Let's make him, feel it today. Let's put that pressure on him and make him work.
Let's get a few sacks on him. I don't think he played that great I think it was under 250 yards passing. I mean, his player rating was 80 something. I mean, he was not great.
88.5, yeah.
So yeah, let's put pressure on him. And then, we need to also just get the passing defense has to step up as well. We can't have any long, deep balls and give away points like that.
100%.
And play clean and smart. None of those dumb PIs out of nowhere. Let's just keep the flag to a minimum. Play clean.
And you talk about that, and Garrett Bowles obviously had that one penalty last week, and it was on a run play. And holding plays from the offensive linemen on a run play are rare. So I think that was a complete fluke. But of course, like you're saying, those penalties, be smart. It's not even worth taking a chance of, is this going to be, questionable when it comes to possible penalty or something. Just play the smartest game you can. I think I mentioned it before, but Justin Simmons needs to have a solid game. They need to find a way to, confuse the offense in terms of, hey, if they're going to pick on Omujia, I think I'm saying it right. Find a way to confuse them. Yeah, exactly. I can say Okuwebunam. I taught myself that, but apparently I keep forgetting about Omujia there. But
you're okay, Kevin. We still love you.
Yes. This is why you're Team Puffball. Otherwise I'd be like, no, you don't. You're Team Visor.
I'm Team Every Hat. And maybe I'll start my own team. I'm Team Headband, you guys.
I might join that. I might. I might abandon Team Puffball.
This will be the best. That'll be a fun bet sometime. Get the boys in headbands. Yes.
So,
oh my God.
I'm interested to see how we're gonna confuse the Brady and the Tampa offense. Hey, we expect them to pick on Omujia. So what are they gonna do to make them think, okay, this is the guy we want to go to? And then, oh, look, it's, we ended up not throwing to the guy he was covering. So I think there's got to be something to that degree, because if we do exactly what we did last week, they're going to try that over and over again all freaking game, right? And if we just allow them to keep throwing the ball, we don't have to worry about a run game. That's going to open up the backfield. And then when they do run, it's going to be for a huge gain, right? So I think when it comes to the defense, it's the scheme, but also just Justin Simmons in general really stepping up.
Yeah, absolutely. As he should, as his talent is capable of. That guy is a beast of an athlete when his head's in the game and he's giving 100%. So,
yep. No, perfect. Makes perfect sense. Hey guys, we're going to give our own score predictions in here in just a minute. But remember that we do have the halftime hash. So join as soon as halftime starts. We'll be live a few minutes before then. Get up, grab your snacks, grab another beer, stretch. Don't listen to those halftime commentators because they don't know what they're talking about anyway. So it's much more fun to talk with Ray and us here at Orange Weekly.
So much more fun because I don't know about you, but halftime goes so fast nowadays. I remember as a kid watching games and being like, "Oh, halftime! This lasts forever." And it's like now I can barely let my hair down for a half a second before the game's back on. So come chat with us because it's way more fun
and interactive. Here at Orange Weekly, we don't want to talk at you, as you can tell by posting the comments and everything you guys are doing. We want to talk with you, and no other show does that. Promise you, no other show does it to the level we do. Okay, score predictions. We're about 30 minutes, a little less than 30 minutes away from kickoff, so we need to go get set up for that, obviously on our own front. But Ayla, time for yours.
I'm going with a solid 24-21. I think it's going to be close. I think we need a defensive score. But yeah, obviously I'm picking the Broncos every week. So.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, why wouldn't you? I'm the same way. I don't care. Of course we're going to win. So I think it's going to be even closer than that. 21-20 with a McManus really long field goal at the end.
All right.
I think it's going to come down to that. We see Coach Fangio, use his timeouts correctly, manage the clock well at the end of the game, and we're able to put it. Yeah, we're able to just put it in a close enough position that he can make it's not going
Or
to be.
even a long one because he's got the leg, he's got the altitude today.
You just got to work on the accuracy.
Give him a record, let's make it a record in a couple different ways. Let's get let's make Tom Brady cry a little bit today. How about that? Can we put a sports
Cry
bet
baby
on
Brady
on tears? Like between him and Phillip Rivers, I don't know who I like to see cry more, but
so you got Crybaby Brady and you got Philip Cry Me a Rivers.
Cry Me a Rivers. Yeah. I don't know.
So they're both pretty
Tom
fun.
Brady has a little bit over the edge of like cryability that I'd love to see. So
No, he's
Broncos,
a
if
little
you can make that happen for me today, I'll count that as a win.
Oh yeah, 100%. Okay, guys. Well, that's all we have. Again, join us at halftime. Just go to our Facebook page. If you're following us on Facebook, if you're not already, hit that follow button for us. But as soon as we go live, you'll see that notification pop up, and just click that and join us there for about 15 minutes or so, and have some fun. And so appreciate everyone tuning in. Ayla, any last thoughts?
You know what? Like I always say, cheers and go Broncos. Woo!
Go Broncos. Hey, take care, everyone. Enjoy the game.